It's a new year, and every new year, millions of people anticipate the opportunity of a reset, to create goals and wishes for the new year. They plan, they write down, what's going to change this year? What do I want to accomplish? This year, I'm going to get in shape. This year, I'm going to eat well. This year, I'm finally going to quit that bad habit. This year, I'm going to start that business. We start to imagine our lives if we made these changes, make more money so I can buy that dream house on the beach, so I can buy that dream car, so I can travel the world. We wait for the ball to drop, we drink, we celebrate, champagne, fireworks. We reflect on the year before us and the year that's coming. It really is a special moment, and for many people, it symbolizes a clean slate with only two possible outcomes. Will I change for the better? Or will I remain the same? Everybody knows that they want to change for the better. But how many of us actually succeed? How many people with New Year's resolutions actually stick to them and make a difference in their life? The answer isn't very good. The answer is less than 8%. Now look, when you hear that only 8% of people actually stick to the New Year's resolutions, it's easy to see that as unmotivating. Like those 8% of people are the only motivated ones or the ones with the most willpower. That's not true at all. The reason that I included that 8% in this video is not to make you feel like you can't accomplish your goal, but to make you feel okay about not accomplishing your goals in the past because so many other people haven't either. I think it's fair to say that anyone who's ever made goals in the past has failed to achieve them at some point or another. But what separates winners from losers is that when losers fail at something, they quit. Stephen King's first book was rejected 30 times before he became a published author. Thomas Edison, he tried over 1,000 times to make the light bulb. Winners adjust their strategy until they succeed, and that is the sole purpose of this video. I want to talk about three easy tips to ensure that you're part of that 8% of winners in the upcoming year. So number one, you have to know your why. Making a goal is the easy part. Let's be honest, it's fun to dream and imagine of us becoming this ideal version of ourselves. But inevitably, there will be times, many times during the process of building a habit where it's not going to be fun at all. Sitting on the couch binging Netflix is going to seem 10 times more appealing than going out for a run in the freezing cold. And this is a critical moment where many people choose the easy way out. That is, if they don't have a strong enough why. Why is this goal important to you? Let's say, for example, your goal is to get a six-pack by, working out and eating healthy. Are you making this goal because you want people to view you differently or to like you? This is a big mistake because you are creating goals based on other people's perceptions of you rather than your own desire to improve yourself. And when that original spark of motivation from the thought of a girl doing a double take of you on the beach is gone, you are left with a shit ton of work ahead of you that isn't being fueled by a strong enough why. Now, if you train yourself to believe that that six-pack represents discipline and hard work and other motivating factors that come from inside, you are infinitely more likely to achieve that goal. Number two, be specific and start off small. One of the biggest problems that people make when setting goals is that they'll say something like, I want to get in shape, or I want to make more money. Now, when you hear that, you think, okay, how the hell do I do that? But if you get more specific and say something like, I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months by working out 5 times a week, you are giving yourself an actual path with a way to measure your success. It makes the idea far less overwhelming and it provides you a blueprint as to how you're going to reach that goal. But you need to make sure that the plan that you set up for yourself is an achievable one, something that you can actually do. If you aren't confident that you can work out 5 times a week, then make it 3. If you can't do 3, make it 1. Create a plan that you know for sure that you're going to be able to accomplish. The idea is that you're setting goals in a way that you don't get burnt out and quit after a month if you don't get the results that you were expecting. By giving yourself a bare minimum, it means that when you're doing things that are hard and you're unmotivated, you can do the bare minimum and not feel like a failure because you didn't achieve this goal you weren't entirely confident that you were going to be able to in the first place. And when you are motivated and up for it, you're going to do way more than the bare minimum. Number 3. Keep track and reward yourself. The first 30 days are by far the hardest for building a habit. If you can get through those first 30 days, it means you are well on your way to achieving that goal. keeping track of your progress, whether it be through a journal or through some kind of checklist, it gives you the opportunity to visually see the progress you're making. I've recently been listening to David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me, the audiobook, and he mentioned this concept that kind of stuck with me a lot. He said, you know, the more you do things that are difficult, you start to callous your mind from the desire to, avoid and fear things that are difficult. Now, burnout is definitely a real thing when you feel like you're endlessly working towards something but not seeing the results that you expect. So the way that many people avoid burnout is by rewarding themselves. Many athletes reward themselves with cheat days, 6 days of working out, 1 day binging food and resting. Now, this concept may not work for every endeavor, especially if your resolution is to quit something. If you are a cigarette smoker and on day 7 of week 1 you pick up a cigarette, chances are you're going to turn back into a full-fledged smoker. So in that case, the most effective way is to replace that habit with a more positive, less harmful one. But the idea is that by rewarding yourself is you're filling that hole that occurs when you devote a lot of time and energy into a single thing. Because when you're unmotivated or uninspired, which will probably happen more than you are motivated or inspired, there has to be something to look forward to in the short term, or else you'll never stick to those habits in the long term. Now, this idea of habit building is nothing new, and there's tons and tons of information out there on the subject. So this video could be 20 hours long and I still wouldn't even be scratching the surface. If you want to learn more about this subject, I'll show you some books that I've been reading here. So yeah, this has been Alex from Think Rich. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.